How you doing, LaFave? Doing good?
Hey, from Chief.
Awesome.
All right, I think we're more or less in a good position to start. I just need to get more of this coffee into me, and we'll be
Just
good to go.
stand by. Program your radios up for a quick second. Uh, 109.
Let's put you and you in there. All right, just in case I ever need that again, that'll make life a little bit easier. So the plan for today, as I understand it, is the candidate is going to do some vehicle identification work here at the airbase, and then we're going to go out and blow a bunch of stuff up. So we'll see how we go. Hey Stevens, how's it going?
All right, you ready to get started?
Hey, from Chief.
Okay. Okay, cool. I think Chief Soren will be jumping in, and I'm expecting Chief Steves at some point, but not really sure. But we have at least one pilot here, so we'll be good to go. Okay. So
Yeah, I
we're
saw
gonna
that
go
you
day
had the
3.
family drop by.
This will be the cast portion of flight school. We're gonna go over a few kind of housekeeping things, and then give you an opportunity to ask any questions before we get started on the evaluations. Sound good?
Hey, from Chief.
All right, awesome. So everything you're going to get today is going to be in the forms of 5 lines. Um, everything that you have learned in the flight school days before this all applies up into this day. So that includes all of your emergency procedures, all of your communication, all your
I will,
airbase
Stevens. We'll talk to you soon.
procedures, everything. Keep all that stuff in mind. We'll do a quick discussion about attack maneuvers and defensive maneuvers, and then we'll do a quick PID course, and then we'll get started with the live fire exercises, which will consist of a little bird course and a warlord course. Any questions before we begin?
Negative, Chief.
Alrighty. All exercises are going to be live fire. We have Lieutenant Hardman here for our JTAC, and Chief
That's
Soren
me.
is going to help
Hello.
you fly and be your co-pilot or pilot, depending on the phase. So to start off with attack maneuvers, there's a few basic kinds. We have slashing attacks, break-off attacks, standoff attacks, and pop-up attacks. The majority of the attacks that we use here are going to be break-off attacks when we're doing gun and rocket runs, and then usually in Warlord we're doing standoff attacks or pop-up attacks. It's very rare that we do slashing attacks, but they do apply, and basically the difference is on the slashing attack, you're going to fly through the enemy territory, through the target to the other side. There's obvious risks when it comes with that, so it's obvious why we don't do that much. So most of the time will be break off attacks in the little bird, and you want to try and break off about a click to a half a click before your target. Of course, with your little bird casts, it's all unaided targeting. So you can't really. It's really hard to look ahead and PID your targets. So you really have to be. That's why this takes a lot of practice on the little bird portion. If unless it's so do break off attacks unless we specify a slashing attack or a pop up attack. You can do a standoff attack in a little bird depending on what you're armed with, but for guns and hydras, pretty much what you have there to be accurate is going to be break off or slashing attacks. Wild Weasel is an attack maneuver on there that's not typically used with rotary, just based on our aircraft speed, but you can do them. It's not smart to do them in a little bird, just depending on what the threat is. But you can build up pretty good airspeed in an Apache, and it's pretty tanky, so you can get away with it most of the time. But usually, our Wild Weasel maneuvers are done by our A10. Defensive maneuvers are for evading enemy fire or retreating. When it comes to defensive maneuvers in the aircraft, it's really important to judge what type of threat is up there. If it's something that's matched for you, then depending on the vantage point of when you spot it, you might be able to attack right out the gate. You might have to retreat and then circle around to attack. But if you get up in the air and it's something that really outmatches you, like a fast mover, some kind of jet aircraft, really not much of a fight if you hang around. So in those instances, we would want to focus on evading and not pursuing those targets, and using the jinking method, um, and basically for helicopters, that's building airspeed and getting into defilade, getting out of dodge. Any questions on attack maneuvers or defense maneuvers?
Negative, Chief.
Okay. For so we also have a hang on, let me check the document right quick. Okay, gunnery checking. Okay, cool. You have done a cash check-in before, right?
Negative. I've only
Negative.
done the other 5 line.
Okay, have we went over the cash check-ins?
Negative.
Okay, I gave you I sent you a document before, and that kind of rolls over basically what's going to be in a cash check-in, and that is what we do. That's what we use to
According
communicate
to
with the Dagger element,
Chief
what we're armed
Bertucci,
with
who's
and what
currently
we're flying.
instructing the
They write that
candidate,
information down.
is
They
a
keep
pretty
track
good
of our
pilot.
ordnance,
So
and it's
this is
mainly a guide for them
it's
to
really important for
know
his
what they're working
checks
with,
that he can be good at casts as well.
what kind of weapons that you have at their disposal. But it always starts off the same way, and the documents that I sent you kind of lays it out. If you keep that up, you can read from that, and it'll come out nice and clear and smooth every time. And it's really easy for Dagger to get that information because we all say it the same way in the same order. So it starts off with what airframe you are flying. AH-64 Apache Echo variant is what we use, or if it's the AH-6 Mike Littlebird, then you say your call sign. We use the call sign of the pilot in command if it's a two-seater aircraft. If you're by yourself, it's obviously just by yourself. So when you're gunning in Warlord, you're going to say the call sign of your pilot. Then you're going to say your general direction of where you actually are. This could be on the airbase. This could be 5 clicks north of your position. This could be any of those items. And then you'll say what altitude you're at, which could be behind defilade, at the airbase on the ground, or if you're at altitude, it is we use angels and cherubs for your altitude designation. Cherubs meaning hundreds of feet, and angels meaning thousands of feet. So if you're 5 clicks north of Dagger's position and you're at 2,000 feet, you'll just say angels 2 or something like that. Then you want to say what you're armed with. We're always full on the gun, so you can just say that, full on the gun. If you're in the Little Bird and you only have one gun, you could specify that you only have half gun load, which would be 1,300 rounds, because with both guns, we have 2,600 rounds. Hang on for a second.
I don't know if Chief is checking his maths or if something's come up in his background.
Okay. So full on
No,
the gun
just
on
something come up.
Little Bird is with the 2 guns is 2,600 rounds. You don't necessarily have to specify that you're at half the gun load, but it would give the dagger an idea of maybe how many gun runs you can do. But usually we use pilot's discretion, and it goes mainly off of your Hydra count as well, your missile count. So you'll lay out what you're armed with for those.
So this talkie portion shouldn't be too long, so
you're
I'm just
armed
trying to avoid
with on
speaking
that
over the Chief
airframe.
so that anyone
And
else
then
who's
after
interested
the
in flight school can
after your
hear
ordnance, you'll
some of
say
the material
your
that's getting delivered as well.
Everyone is DCS capable because we all carry a digital tablet. And then you want to say if you're laser capable or not, which means you can produce a laser. If you can't produce a laser, but you can see a laser, then you would just say laser spot capable. So in the Apache, we can produce a laser. If you're in the Little Bird, if you're by yourself, you can't produce a laser, but you can see a laser given you have your IHADS helmet on. If you have a co-pilot in Lancer, then you can produce a laser with that. So you're just laser capable. So you're either laser capable or laser spot capable. Then you want to say your fuel state. We put it in the format of a percentage. So we kind of wing what our fuel percentage is. If you just took off, you're 99%. If you've been flying around for a few minutes, 95%. So we wing the fuel percentage. And when we say fuel is bleeding, we don't mean that we're leaking fuel. We mean that the engine is on and running. If you're on the ground and you haven't lifted yet, then your fuel is 100% and not bleeding. If you're in the air, it's 99% bleeding. And then you want your time on station. So typically in the Apache, we carry 2 hours of fuel. And typically in the Little Bird, we have 1 hour of fuel. We can't really burn fuel faster or slower like the A10 can. So their fuel state varies quite a bit, but ours is pretty much constant. So you don't really have to calculate much on that or take much into account. You can just say, when you're in Warlord, you can just say time on station 0 plus 120 minutes is usually how we say it. Or in the Little Bird, 0 plus 60 minutes. And then the most important thing of your cache check-in is going to be your abort code. This comes last. Please don't forget to say it. We try to pick words that are clear, that come out clear over the radio, and we don't use words that are already pro words. And typically, we don't use abort or wave off or anything like that. It's usually something else. So most people choose one thing and they kind of stick with it and use the same thing over and over again. But you want to pick a abort code and make sure that Dagger has that, because that is what they will use to abort if they need to. So a full cache check-in would sound something like this. If you're in the Apache, you would say, oh, go ahead, Lieutenant.
Thanks, Chief. Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to mention quickly with abort codes, because the correct way to abort an airframe, right, is to say abort and then the abort code, and then repeat that 2-word phrase 3 times. So just consider the abort code you select and the fact that I'm going to have to spit out, like if we use wave off as an example, to correctly abort Thunder, I should be saying on 70 abort wave off, abort wave off, abort wave off, and obviously that takes a long fucking time. So just think about the word that you use and how quick and easy it is to say in that context, given that really the only reason we abort CAS is because we are inadvertently firing at friendlies. So it's usually a emergency. That was it for me. Thanks, Chief.
Very good point. Thank you, Lieutenant. Yes, there is a procedure of when we get aborted, and you'll hear that abort code 3 times. So your cache check-in would sound something like this. You would raise Dagger on 70 and say, Dagger, this is Warlord. He would answer back. He would say, stand by for cache check-in. And when he's ready, he'll grab his keyboard or whatever he's using to write, and he'll say, send cache check-in, and then you'll say, Roger, I'm 1 times H64 Echo Apache Guardian, call sign Warlord 11, currently 5 clicks north of your position at Angels 3. Armed as follows: full on the gun, 4 times kilos, 4 times limas, 4 times Novembers, 19 times Liger heats, 2 times aim 9 sidewinders. I'm DCS and laser capable. Fuel is
What is my
99% and bleeding. Time on station 0 plus 120 minutes. Abort code of linebacker. Over. And then he should read that whole thing back to you. And when he reads it back, you want to make sure he got exactly what you're armed with.
Oh no, they're gonna try and fuck me
where
up with
you
check-ins,
are,
aren't they?
basically, and then your abort code.
That's alright. I prepared a pen and piece of paper
don't
today,
forget the
so
sidewinders on there. When you're in the co-pilot seat, you can't really see the sidewinders in your armament list because they're slave to the pilot usually. But don't forget to add them in there. Any questions on cash check-in?
Negative, Chief.
I can't wait to do
And
a
then the
proper.
reward is
I'm
gonna
gonna
be the
do
same way on what
like the
you're
nicest check-in I
Um,
can fucking manage
all
today.
right. Excellent. Let's see. 5 lines. I know we went over 5 lines with resupply and reinserts. Did you do 5 lines, or have we discussed 5 lines for CAS?
Negative, Chief.
Okay. Still 5 lines of information that come out. With the reinsert resupply, your line 1 is your pickup, grid, and marker and description. But in the CAS, we're not picking up anything. It starts off with what type of control this is going to be. So, and I'll make sure if they have. I don't think. Okay, so the first thing that comes out is the type control and what ordinance is requested. So they'll say type 1, 2, or 3 control. Type 1 control means that the JTAC sees you, your position, and he sees the target. Type 2 control is he sees one or the other. And type 3 control, he doesn't see either. Type 3 control is the most risky kind of ordnance, and that's where they
Not
usually have their
necessarily,
heads down
but
and they need
it's close
ordnance
enough.
delivered pretty quickly. And then the ordnance requested, they will request a type of ordnance that they want to kill whatever target they're trying to kill. But it's your job to make sure that that ordnance request is also appropriate. For instance, we don't want them calling up for a Hydra rocket run on a main battle tank or something like that. That's an extreme example.
That would be
and they'll
hilarious.
Do that, but usually the opposite is what we see. They'll request a kilo on something that could be taken out with less. Doesn't mean we have to change the ordinance. You could clarify if you want, but we do have a limited amount of ordinance. And if we can kill something with something smaller, then we usually try to save the bigger hellfires for the armor. So keep that in mind, what ordinance is going to be requested. Second line is going to be the friendly location and or marker or designator. And this to me is one of the most important parts of the 5 line, because you definitely want to know where our friendlies are. Battle is confusing sometimes. Things go out rushed. We really have to be cognizant of where our friendlies are before we let that shit fly off the rail. Once you pull the trigger, you own that thing.
Because like this time last week, we were
friendly
watching that
markers,
go wrong.
People gloss over this a lot of times, and they just assume that the JTAC is not going to have us shooting into friendlies or something like that. But if they think they're at a certain
would
place,
like to assume
they could
that.
have a couple of squads maneuvering and that they're not aware of. We need to double check these things and really make sure that we realize where the friendlies are.
There is a cold breeze
target location.
across my legs today, and I don't know where the fuck it's coming from.
Grid
but it's chilly as shit.
Possibly a blue force marker. And then line 4 is target description. What we're shooting at.
Coffee is so good.
This is the part that will make the connection of whether or not the ordinance that was requested is appropriate. And then line 5 is your remarks or restrictions. So remarks or restrictions can come in the form of, if it's a gun run, they'll want a 30-second heads up or a 2-click out heads up so they can pop smoke for you or whatever they need to do. or it could be an ingress or egress if you're doing a gun run.
Do final attack
It
heading,
could
something
come
like
in all
that.
forms of things, but line 5 is your remarks and restrictions. So when we get these tonight, we'll say them. We'll start off slow, saying them kind of slow, and use your shorthand.
I really need to listen to that.
them
I really
down.
need to listen to
After
the
you get that
wisdom
5 line,
of
you're
say
gonna
them
read
slow.
back the 5 line, and then we're going to confirm that, or the JTAC will confirm that that is what he wants to do. And then after you're set and you have that 5 line read back and it's correct, you want to start trying to acquire your target. That could be getting in the camera, locking it up, getting in the camera, PID and what it is. I always get in the camera, I look for the friendlies, I look for the target, and I make sure I have pretty good situational awareness. After you find your target, you want to radio to Dagger and tell them that you tally your target or target acquired, or however you want to phrase that. Before you fire, you have to get the pro words to clear you to fire. You cannot fire until you hear that back from the JTAC. Then it comes in different forms based on what type of control that you got. So type 1 control and type 2 control, you're just going to get a cleared hot. After you get a cleared hot for either one of those, then you're going to fire, and then you're going to radio back the pro word of the munition that you used to fire. If you get a type 3 control, then it's not going to be, you're not going to hear cleared hot, you're going to hear cleared to engage. So there's a difference that we use on those. So type 1 and type 2 is cleared hot, type 3 cleared to engage. When you radio back your munition, it's very important that you don't skip that step. The JTAC could be holding, or the ground commander for that point, could be holding a laze on something. And they may need to move or get down behind cover or position themselves differently or something. Once you call up that word, that pro word that you let your munitions fly, the Dagger element is going to say that to the ground commander, or he's going to know it for himself. And that's going to be his cue to hold that laser steady, because he knows a Hellfire is in the air. If you don't communicate back that you fired, he could be sitting there for several seconds longer than he really needs to. And the pro words that we use are rifle for anything that is guided, any kind of guided missile or rocket. Usually for the Hellfires or Ligers is the two that we see a lot, and those are rifle. Guns is just guns. And anything unguided, like the Hydras, we use dart. The pro word is dart for that. And then the Sidewinders are Fox 2. That's the pro word for that. We use the X-ray variant of those Sidewinders. So basically, high-level overview, he's going to give
I'd love to be able to upgrade our
Sidewinders. Whenever
Sidewinders.
you're ready to write down, you're going to say send 5 line. He's going to send you each line. You're going to say Roger. You're going to read back the 5 lines, and then you're going to jump in, look for your target. When you find it, you're going to tell him tally target, and he's going to say Roger, cleared hot, or clear to engage. At that point, you'll fire and say rifle.
What's our PID course look like?
If you're shooting
Jesus Christ.
if you're shooting a Hellfire or Fox 2 or guns, whatever it is. Make sense?
A from Chief.
Okay, cool. Questions on 5-line CAS?
Negative, Chief.
Okay, let me quickly check the document. All right, cool. Now we can move into a quick PID course. Go ahead and pre-flight 1 times Blackhawk and make it ready, and come fly it over here and land in the little grassy area right there by the flagpole force.
Roger, Chief.
Okay. How we do? Good?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to have him fly us. Oh, yeah, if you hear anything to add, just jump in there. Don't be shy.
I'll add it at the end.
Oh, I didn't see your comment. Damn it. I'm bad with that.
That's okay.
I'm gonna have him fly us over to the PID course that's at Mike 2 main terminal. Lieutenant, we can give him 5 lines to get us out to the LZ Alpha, because we'll do the Little Bird after, and I'll have him flight plan over there.
Roger. He'll fly us out in the Black Hawk, then RTB for uniform change.
Yeah.
Roger that.
So we should be landing a pretty good distance where the enemy won't hear us, and then we'll have time to move up to the TACP hill while he comes back.
Yeah, roger.
Let's see if you.
It's going to be interesting actually trying to pick a... Oh, there's actually not that much down here, so we should be okay.
Oh, Chief, I saw your stream on your requal, what you were talking about, where you waited till 2 clicks from your target to hit your helmet.
Oh man, that was ugly.
Oh yeah,
I was like, damn, I still got it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Lieutenant, he was doing a Little Bird run for his requal on a convoy, and he forgot to put his targeting helmet on, and he realized it about 2 clicks from the target, and then switched, put his helmet right quick, and then got rockets on target, and like hit the convoy at like 95 out of 100, like last minute.
Hey, I mean, as long as the rounds hit target, right?
Yeah. Well, I always take my helmet off because it's not realistic that a pilot walks around the flight deck with their fucking helmet on. I've never known a pilot to do that. They take that shit off as soon as they hit the deck.
So what are they walking around in? Just like a fucking cap or?
No cap. You don't have to wear in military installations. You don't wear a hat on the flight line other than safety gear.
Roger.
So no covers are required.
You know, Captain Soto used to always walk around air bases without anything on at all. They always yell at people who were walking around with like soft caps on near his fucking A10.
Yeah, it's a FOD haphazard.
Oh yeah. And we don't need to tempt the A10 into death.
Do you want to grab a long range, Storm?
Do you want me to?
Yeah, you can, and then you can use the side channel, side frequencies.
Got it.
Alright, just hold here for a sec.
I really thought that was gonna like crash me out there in the way that like glitched out.
Storm was grabbing a radio. Are you in, Storm?
Getting it now.
Okay.
Question on board codes. Do they have to be 2 words or?
No, it's 1 word, but you can have like 2 syllables or 1 syllable, something that's easy to say. Open your maps. You see the PID course at Mike 2 terminal. You can just fly us over there, and I think Steve is going to catch up with us, so you could go ahead and fly on over there and just go land by the Blue Smoke.
Alright. This 3 tax.
How nice is this for a little bit of a taxi ride around the base, eh?
And you could cut across the field. You don't have to taxi over there.
Where'd you want it? Couple smoke out.
Yeah.
This is just going to remind me how much I absolutely can't fly in game. That's all that today's going to be about, I think, for me. These wheel brakes are on, so we should come to a nice, easy park. Nice, easy park. I'll cut that smooth, ready?
We'll start over here on the truss.
That sounded weird. Why did that sound so fucked up?
Okay, this will be quick because I know that you're familiar with a lot of these things. We'll just kind of run through them to say that we did. It's the same stuff that we come in contact from the ground infantry. We just see them from the air and from much farther away. So up here, you got your different trucks, different technicals, armed with different types of machine guns on the back. And that could go all the way from like a machine gun to a 50 cal to like a SPG 9 or something. Different types of stuff. Usually the infantry takes care of these for us, but sometimes we need to catch them for them. Then you have your different Jeeps. Same kind of deal. They have machine guns on top. Sometimes they got 50 cals, grenade launchers, all sorts of nice stuff. Then you get to your little bit heavier stuff. Humvees. Humvees, basically the same way with you got armed versions and unarmed versions. Those are all considered light vehicles, and usually our guns can shred them pretty good. We don't really need to use much more than that on these. A lot of the Hydra rocket blast, if you get it close, it'll shred these things too. Next, we got our different trucks that we have, troop transport trucks, covered and uncovered. And then you have that same variant with fuel that's on the bigger versions. These little ones we call them gases, typically. Then coming up here, you have the little bit bigger trucks. These are referred to as Urals, and they have different variants of this. As far as troop transport, they have ones that have these things on them. We call these BM-21s, which is an rocket artillery system. And then this one right here, you see in the back, it's got an anti-aircraft gun on the back of it. Then next we have the light armor that we come in contact. Anything with tracks that's lighter like this without the big gun on the front, these are BMPs, and there's different versions of this as well. Technically there's BMP 1s, 2s, 3s, that sort of thing. If we're getting a reading on what type it is on our instrumentation, you could call it up as that. If you're too far away to really tell, we usually can tell by the shape and the fact that it doesn't have a big ass cannon on the front like a main battle tank would. It's kind of this smaller version, so we know those are BMPs. They have versions like this where they have cannons on it, and they also have tow missiles. So you have to be careful of some of that stuff. We don't really get a launch warning on these tow missiles sometimes. Then we have up here a little bit heavier versions of the BMPs. This kind of looks like a mini tank. These are the BMP-3s. And then we'll get to the light armor with wheels, with the 8 wheels. And these are our BMP variants on them. Or I'm sorry, BTR variants. It starts with the small gun, as in the 60, 70, 80, and then the 80 Alpha has the really huge gun on the top. So these are pretty easy to spot because they look like a tank, but they have the wheels on them. And then from the air, it's really easy to see what type of gun they have on top. Like this is really easy to spot, the 80 Alpha and the bigger cannon. Those are a little bit harder to really see. So BTRs work good for all these, but if we see this one, we really want to call that up as a BTR 80 Alpha, because that means a whole different thing to the infantry guys.
Fucking
then we have
auto
our light
cannon.
tanks.
Sucks.
Or tanks. This is where our main armor comes from. T-72 is what it starts with, and the gun just keeps getting bigger and bigger. They got the T-80 all the way up. These things is what we use our armor-piercing Hellfires for. All right, and then the anti-air systems that we come across, we have the Shulka, noted by the drum-looking thing on the back, and then we have our Tunguska, noted by the spinning radar disc. I know we went over what those do and what they're armed with. These are our main threat from the ground. If we see this, we're really kind of getting out of range of it or below defilade. If we see the Tunguska, it's a 10-click pushback or below defilade, whichever you can do. All right, coming
the
through
10-click
here,
pushback because of the Tunguska really sucks. They really lock a
we have our
huge ass
Infantry
area
Chair
down.
and our ZU gun. Those, I know you know about those. They're pretty easy to spot from the air too. A lot of times you can see that really well on with thermals, and then the shape is pretty unmistakable. Okay, going to aircraft. These you won't come across a whole heck of a lot. But this first one right here is
Are you
the
sure?
Ka-52. These are Russian attack helicopters. They can put a bunch of armaments on all of these, but this is kind of the Ka-52 design. It's most noticed for the twin main rotor system. That's real noticeable when you see that in the air. So we know those.
Yeah, so these don't actually have
then over here
an anti-torque at the back. So these are a bit harder for the infantry to deal with because as infantry we just put our machine guns at the anti-torque rotor at the back, the tail rotor, but we can't do that with the Ka-52.
Then you have the Russian troop transport aircraft. This can be unarmed, like you see here, or armed, like you see over there.
It's a shitload of missile pods.
And it's pretty easy to see whether they're armed or not. If they're unarmed, we know they have a bunch of troops in the back.
That would be unpleasant.
Armed, they can fire back, but the armed versions can still carry a good amount of troops in them. Moving right along, we have the Mi-24 Hind. This is probably the most recognizable helicopter that everyone knows. This is an attack helicopter. It's their Apache equivalent, and it's most noted by the double bubble in the front. It's real easy to spot from the air, as if it's an Mi-24. And then the Frogfoot over here is their fixed-wing aircraft. This thing has a fuck ton of rockets on it, super fast, super maneuverable. This is the kind of thing that we would want to evade and retreat from and let Thunder deal with this thing. Okay, quick PID course. Any questions on... I know you've seen all of this before, but any questions on anything real quick?
Negative, Chief.
All right, cool. Let's get loaded up, and you'll get your first 5-line for an LZ insert.
Hey, Chief, I got a couple things to add.
Go ahead.
If you don't mind.
Yep.
The first one, the first thing, and none of them are to PID. That was on our way over here. The first one is kind of like the safety thing, and then the second one was maybe like more immersion. But they're also not huge sticking points. The first one is when we decided like not to taxi anymore and just get over here. I think it's important to hammer home that in operations, you should always be calling out to the tower so that other aviators know that you're making a maneuver. And usually we would say like relocating to this one from this location. So you can make those call outs when we're in an operation. And then the other one is when we are exiting the aircraft. If you want to push for realism, we should be waiting until our engines spool down before the pilot exits the aircraft. You have to keep in mind that as the pilot, you are in full control. You are the commander of that aircraft, and you are responsible for everything that happens until it touches down and shuts down. That's all I got.
Yes, two very good points. The rotor, the engine spool down thing is kind of a pet peeve of mine. It's the equivalent to like the infantry not wanting us to do this thing. Like when we're sitting here to do this. See how that looks weird? Where you slide, put your gun up? It's kind of that same thing. So wait till those rotor blades come to a stop before you jump out. And on the airbase comms, yes, we definitely need to do that. When you need to call out all your movement, even though we're the only people here right now. I'll have all that stuff, make sure it fully applies to everything. Even when it comes to lights and airbase light discipline when we get to that point. Okay?
Roger.
All right, let's do anything else? Anything, Lieutenant Hartman?
Negative, Chief. Thank you.
All right, Chief Steves? Anything to add?
Negative.
All right, let's do it.
I've just been writing down my 5-line so I can give him a good 5-line, because I'm not going to be the one to screw that up.
Permission to board.
Granted.
What was I up to? Sit rep, ingress, egress.
All right, you can go ahead and get spooled up, and you'll get your first 5-line.
Right. Everybody's grab it. This is Phoenix 1-4 spooling up Mike 2.
Phoenix, this is Dagron 7-0, advised and ready for 5-line.
Go ahead and send 5-line.
Roger, 5-line LZ is as follows: 147-168 050156. Type mark 1234. There are buildings located to the north of that LZ, and a possible wall around the exterior of the LZ compound, as well as a live fire AO 1 kilometer to the northwest. Nilset Rep, there are nil troops in contact. Ingress from the south and egress to the south. No remarks.
Doran, your radio is on speaker.
Not gonna lie, that fucked me up. Heard that like double time.
Whose radio?
Doran's.
I think I got it. Oh, my bad. It's fixed now.
And LaFave, go ahead and draw your ingress for me to that one.
So
I need that whole file line again. I heard it double time. I didn't hear it. But the first part.
Roger, are you ready to copy?
Never.
Roger. 5-line LZ is as follows: 147168 050156. Type mark 1234. The building's located to the north. Possible wall around the exterior of the compound, as well as one live fire AO 1 kilometer to the northwest. Nil sit rep, there are nil troops in contact. Ingress from the south, egress to the south. Nil remarks or restrictions.
Transfer curve. 1-4 copies. Pick up 147-168. Drop off 050156. Marker 1234. Should be walls and buildings around the area. One live fire north, 1 kilometer. Ingress and egress from the south. No marks.
Good readback. Alright, let's go. Let's do the thing. So he will be flight planning now, is my thought. Yep. Is it interesting? Well, it's not that interesting, but
Phoenix 1-4. Lieutenant Mike 2, direct departure to the southwest.
What a lovely day for a flight through Altus, hey? Alright, so big lecture portion over pretty much. The rest of it from here out is all basically live fire. So the less interesting stuff should all now be completely dispensed with, and we should be able to move pretty well directly into just blowing some shit up. So you can tell he's still getting the hang of not all of the multitasking, but like a little bit of the multitasking. Like just then, as he was signing off Airbase Gravia, transitioning to 7170, you can see that there was just a little like jink in the controls as he like adjusts his radios and move backwards and forwards and stuff like that. It's not like, I'm not a flight school instructor, right? So I'm not grading his flying at fucking all, but it's those little touches I think that we get used to seeing, to not seeing. What are the point in our more experienced aviators, and that's why I think it's always good to see, you know, things like flight school happen and stuff like that, because it gives you a chance to kind of appreciate the work and the professionalism. So yeah. I think that was his pivot point. I was just a little bit past it. He will have his I don't get the panel. Interesting. He'll have his panel open for following his flight path anyway, so he'll know exactly where he is and what's going on. I actually think that the gunner seat doesn't provide GPS, maybe that's why I don't get the panel. Ingressing from the north? I'm sure I said ingress from the north. Right? Can anyone confirm? Sorry, ingress from the south? I'm sure that's what I said. Anyway, we'll see how this goes.
Phoenix is staggered. Board your approach and just circle out to the west.
Okay.
Yeah, I was confused.
Okay, so just get in a position where you can kind of look at the map for a second. The ingress. What did you write? What did you write as your ingress for the LZ?
South.
Yeah, we want to ingress from the south. Kind of a level of confusion is usually we're given ingress bearings, but he did say from the south, which is kind of backwards of what we're used to hearing. But that particular approach right there would bring you up, like, this is a big gun line into the AO that's all flat, that they would see us from that approach. So I think the first flight path you had in is probably the one we want to do. Yeah, you should have been given an ingress bearing, not a from the cardinal direction type of a thing. So that was our bad. Yeah, so do that one instead, just so we don't get shot before we get there.
Right.
Yeah, it actually... gonna have to take that up with Stevens. Our training document for JTACs does not say that ingress egress have to be headings.
Two clicks from LZ.
Alright, 2 clicks, 2 clicks.
I will give him his next LZ as bearings, and we'll see if that solves the confusion.
One click.
1 click.
This is 1-2 on 3-1. You want me co-piloting with him, correct?
Negative for Bird, you can stay with us.
Roger.
Go for it. This is definitely a little bird LZ. Thanks, Seth.
Y'all hear a go, go, go?
No.
Negative.
Take this, Phoenix 1-4.
Go for Dagger on 7-0.
All troops on the ground, egress to the south, all on the green.
Copy that.
Could be nerves.
1-4 out.
Alright, our post is bearing 070.
Also, I'm assuming since you're taking notes, the ingress took a very, very long time.
You mean he slowed down too fast? What do you mean too long?
It took him way too long. But by the time we got over that hill, he was doing like 5 knots, and he was just kind of like hovering all the way over here.
I think he was trying to decide where the hell he was going to land.
Did he flare over there? I didn't even notice.
I thought he was going to land on the other hill at first, because he slowed down so much.
Yeah. I didn't see it. I was checking my knee pad.
It's in traffic. Yeah, sorry about that. RTV for uniform change to Lancer. I'm not used to running this much.
I am.
Need to go to the gym.
Y'all do this on the ground? This is bullshit.
Yeah, but for like ages.
In my time running with them, one of their favorite things to do is stand in a spot just like this on the side of a hill while there's an AGS shooting at them.
That is pretty fun. We're really good at it too, so that's something. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much are you going to be shot walking up this tower?
At least a 0.
Yeah, we shouldn't get shot.
Okay.
Somebody just get hurt?
Probably me.
My ears hurt from listening to myself fucking pant up this hill.
Yeah, my pride's hurt.
Yeah. What's the deal on marks? I assume because he's a single seater, I'll do some marking up.
Yeah, so you'll mark everything, and then we'll call him in on different stuff using some different maneuvers. But we can go ahead and mark stuff. Basically, down there, we've got a convoy on the road, going east to west. Just a 4-vehicle convoy. We have closer to us. There is 3 Vics there in that little cross section. We have an infantry squad on the hill to the northeast. That should be just doing a like a patrol, and then we have an air base to the north, or like a little fob with a little helicopter in it, basically. And I don't know why that.
Can you point to those infantry?
Yeah, they are on that hill right there.
Yep, I see them.
They're in 050. Yep.
Got it. Thank you.
And I don't know why that truck is out of place right there, because I think it's supposed to be. Move this truck back over here. There you go. It's supposed to be a 5-Vic convoy. Okay, so all of these will be break-off attacks. We do need to give him an abort if he doesn't screw up bad enough where we actually need to abort him. But I want to give him an unaided gun run on the convoy. I want to give him smoke on the infantry back there, and I want to give him a slashing attack on the vehicles right here in front of us. That makes sense. It doesn't have to be in that order.
Roger.
Like, we probably should do the convoy last, maybe do the convoy first. I don't know. I don't think the other things will shoot at him too much. And then if he does all that good, we'll just have him come in for the fob back there. The smoke, those infantry are going to be out of our range. So if you want to practice shooting smoke, you can give him smoke on the Vic in the crossroads. If not, I'll just place smoke out there for him.
Roger. Yeah, that infantry, even for me, is too far away.
Yeah.
I can reliably hit about 850, but a kilometer is not going to happen. So I'm going to write them down this time. Just run me through again the list of targets and how you want to fucking kill them.
Okay, so yeah, let me pull up. Okay, so let me pull up my map tool right quick. All right, so for the convoy, and also too, make sure you give him the ingress bearing. Don't say from the west or anything like that. Just say, like, if you want him coming from the west, you just want to tell him ingress on a 090. Like, give him the bearing, the attack bearing you want him to fly. So on the convoy that's going up the road, the attack bearing would be 090, and have him break off 180, and that should whip him around the hill that we're on. For the BM21s, or the 2 BM21, like the 3 Vics right in front of us, give him the opposite way. So his attack heading will be 360. His egress will be 270. For his smoke on target with the infantry, once I locate their ridge line, give him an attack heading of 040 and give him an egress of 140. And then we can do it convoy first without us helping him, because it's an easy target. Then we can give him the group of Vicks at the crossroads, so he can go off of those landmarks without anything helping him. And then we'll give him red smoke on the infantry.
Roger.
And
then the helicopter LZ.
Yeah, the helicopter LZ will be. You can just have him do an attack heading of 090 on that one.
Roger, breaking off 180 again.
Yeah, affirm.
Roger.
Soren, you want to throw down a BP or two for him? You here? Soren, you there? Testing 1 2.
Yeah, I can hear.
He must be gone. Is Chief Steve's here with us?
Yes.
Okay, you want to throw down a couple of BPs for him, based on those targets?
One second, I'm placing my last sandbag.
Okay.
I've done enough of these exercises to know that we will be shot at. So I made some windows up here.
Who the hell hauled all those sandbags up here?
Oh, the private.
The private.
Hey, Mallory, how's it going?
Okay, and Soren, you there?
Yep.
When he does these, can you watch him on the tablet and make sure he does the correct bearings in and out?
Yes. I didn't write those down, so I may need to ask for them again, or give me a call.
I'll give him in the 5 line.
Yeah, you'll hear him in the 5 line.
Got it. Write it down then.
How far out do you want the BPs? Because I was thinking of putting it here. If you see that on the map, to our bottom right.
Point.
Bottom right.
Oh yeah,
on the map.
yeah. That's perfect. Yeah, give one right there. I'll just throw dots down, and you can name them. Give one right behind us, and then we'll do one. Let's do one at this hill down here. Boom. And we'll just give them those 3. It's a decent hill to hide from. Let me check one quick thing. All right, look, quick edit, Lieutenant, for the fob with the helicopter pad. Have him ingress 270 and egress 180. Just flip it.
I'll be off comms. Comms
Roger.
momentarily.
270
right.
breaking off 180.
Correct.
Roger that.
And for that one, we'll do a slashing attack. That'll be the only slashing attack one. All the other ones will be break-off attacks.
Roger.
Did he contact us on 70?
Negative.
Okay. Let me go check on him right quick. Oh, he's already in the air.
AFM, he's at BP, Texas.
Okay, perfect.
He's 3.2 clicks out. 3.3, something like that.
All right. He's ready. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and bring him in on the convoy.
I'll get a check-in off him first.
Yep.
Lancer, this is Dagger 70.
Taker, this Lancer, go ahead.
Lancer requesting cast check-in over. The fuck have I started saying over for? That's fucking work creeping in, that's what it is.
Copy, are you ready for CAS check-in?
Saying what?
saying over. AFM, send cast check-in.
You gotta finish your sentence. Saying what?
Dagger, cast
Yeah,
check-in
it's kind of
as
fucking
follows.
beat you
Call
up.
sign is Lancer 1-4, flight of 1AH6, Mike Littlebird. I am approximately 2 clicks to your east of about 300 cherubs. Weapon systems are as follows. Full-on guns, the GAU 19 Alpha, 2,600 rounds. And then I have 38 Hydra missiles. I am laser spot capable. Fuel systems reading at 95% and bleeding. Time on station 0+60 mics. Abort code is donut. Over.
Lancer, this is Dagger. I read back here a flight of 1 times AH6 Michael Littlebird, call sign Lancer 1-4, established 2 kilometers to my east at Cherubs 300. Weapon systems reading as a full load on the guns, 38 times Hydra rockets. Your laser spot capable. Fuel systems reading as 95% and bleeding for a playtime 0+60 minutes with an abort code of donut.
Dagger, this is Lancer 1-4. Just correction on 1. I'm about 3 clicks to your east. All other sounds good. Over.
Solid copy. Have you established 3 kilometers east, Cherubs 300. Lancer, stand by for 5 line casts. Advise when ready. We all good to go?
Hey, 300 chibs is 3,000 feet.
Yeah, it's
Dagger,
just
this is Lancer
Cherubs
1-4. Go ahead with your 5 line.
Yep, we're good to go.
Okay. Roger, 5 line as follows. Type 1 control. Requesting guns and rockets on target. We are 800 meters to the southwest. We have 1 times enemy convoy marked in grid 061-161 and 062-161. Type marks 1330 and 1331 on the lead and tailing vehicles. Requesting ingress on heading 090 with a break-off attack, breaking off to bearing 180. Be advised there are other assets in that AO, however no anti-air spotted at this time. Well, I don't know about proper, but I'm going to
Type 1 control
muddle
guns
through
and
it.
rockets. Friendlies are 800 meters southwest. Target is 1 times convoy. Grid reference 061161. Markers 1331 and 1334. Ingress from 090. Break off is 180. No other assets are in the area. No anti-air observed.
Lancer, this is Dagger. All correct, except 1 correction. Those Blue Force markers. Type mark 1330 in grid 061161. And the second type mark is 1331 in grid 062161. Both along the MSR, either side of Bullseye.
Roger. The grid reference on the target is 061161 at 1330, and the other was 061 or 062161 1331.
Good readback, Lancer. Clear to continue.
Copy.
And Lancer, this is uniform. For this exercise, go ahead and draw your ingress and egress on the map for me. Thank you.
Copy.
Hey, how do I see through his eyes?
It slows things down a little bit, but I just want to make sure. You just in Zeus, you highlight his name and you press enter.
Oh, and that's it? Okay.
And if he's in first person, you will be. If he's in third person, you'll be in third person. release, it should work until it breaks.
It's enter.
It's numpad enter, not just regular enter.
Yeah,
Got
sorry,
it.
numpad enter.
And then you can hit backspace to get rid of the Zeus interface.
Thanks.
All right, so this should take him. He's at a far BP, so he should go all the way around, and then after this, we'll put him at the appropriate BPs.
Yeah, Roger.
Did you tell him where to go after? In a remark?
Negative. I just gave him his egress. I will.
Okay, perfect.
Are you happy if once he's egressed, I then give him a fucking establish at BP whatever and stand by for 5 line?
Yeah, give him BP Louisiana after this run.
Copy
Does
that.
he have elevation restrictions?
He does not.
Just
That's
by the way,
one of the things
I'm not keeping notes unless there's something specifically that like I noticed that we don't talk about. So, like the Cherubs 300 thing, I'm not gonna write that down.
Okay. Did he say that, or did you say that?
He said that.
Okay, I'll write it down here.
I mean, I said it too because it's
Wait,
what
what did
he
you say
said,
again?
but he said it first.
Okay.
Oh dear.
He
Sorry,
just-
guys.
I'm just gonna go over the Cherubs 300 thing.
Mm.
Wait, what about the Cherubs 300?
He said Cherubs 300 when it's just Cherubs 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Cherubs 300's a little high.
We'll probably switch over to Angels sometime in there.
Yeah. All right, let's see where he is going to. Wait, where is he going?
I think he's going to establish there and then turn in.
What was your ingress you gave him?
090.
Yeah, so he's on the wrong side. He was figuring
Oh.
it out.
Yeah, he just realized.
He's like, wait. That's why I didn't want to move him to that BP over there at first.
If only you could redeem them for actual promotion points.
But he drew the right line, so.
Yeah. Also, Chief, just for what it's worth, I had a quick look up in our training documentation, and it actually doesn't say anywhere in our shit that we have to give it as a numerical bearing. So, might just be worth getting with Sergeant Stevens and getting that fixed up because the new, like I've never given numerical bearings. So if that's how you guys want it now, then we'll just have to get that squared away in documentation.
So you sometimes
Yeah.
say ingress from the and give a cardinal direction.
That's 100% me. But anyone who's worked with me knows that I'm like massively low effort when it comes to dagger stuff. It's like I'm all about telling you the story rather than like figuring the details out. Like I'll look at the AO and be like, well, I'm looking from the southwest, so I want you to ingress from the southwest over my shoulder, and I'll just say that kind of thing.
Okay.
By the way, Lieutenant Hardman, I know you just said you need to get with Stevens to fix it in the documentation. I'm pretty sure he knows about it because he said before that we don't do it that way.
Roger. Well, whatever the actual outcome is, just FYI, the example in the TACP QC actually doesn't help either. The example gives routing via battle points, which is obviously fine. But if you want final attack heading guidance, then obviously, like, we're happy to do it. Like we do it for 9 lines, but it's just worth clarifying, I suppose, for 5 lines.
Like ingress from BP, whatever.
Yeah, Ava.
We've heard that before. Our daggers usually just gives us the ingress and egress bearings, and that's usually what we teach. I mean, I guess you could do it both ways. It just has to be clear.
Yeah,
I'm not
right.
sure
Like
if you'd
just
make that connection.
at least for consistency for the walk, right? Like it doesn't really change my life, except in the field it means I've got to look up a bearing, I suppose. So
Yeah.
I'd say it's good for him to mix them up and get both.
I mean, I'm happy to do.
Can't hurt.
I'm happy to do bearings for the purpose of the training because we just told him that's what he's going to get. I just, you know, I like crossing my T's and dotting my I's when it comes to paperwork. So,
Hey, Chief, did you note that he crossed in front of the BP?
I did not see that. No. Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, he was on the side of this hill facing towards the enemy across that valley in front of the BP. He just cut across all of it.
all right, he's turning in from our west here now. I got visual on him.
All right, we got him.
He is not called Tally, so he does not at this point have weapons released.
Vegas, Lancer 1-4 and Sensor.
Lancer, go ahead.
2 clicks from Mark off to the west, ingressing from the east.
Roger, Lancer confirming. Do you have Tally on target?
Ingressing from the east.
He did.
Hey, firm.
Roger, if you have Tally target, you are cleared up.
Roger.
I can actually visually acquire him too, not just through my fucking tablet. Look at this shit. It's like all my Christmases have come at once.
Alright, he's about 400 feet and 70 knots.
Cherub's 400.
Yeah.
Alright. Rockets are on target. The first one was a little long. He's got dismounts.
Did he overfly it?
Lancer, this is Decker.
Did he?
No,
he did.
This Lancer, go ahead.
Lancer, looks like good effect on target. BDA is going to be approximately 80 over 100. Go ahead and establish at BP Louisiana and stand by for additional calls for fire.
Lancer 1-4 copies.
That wasn't bad. His first rocket was a little long. His second one was short, but then all the other ones were in between there. That was pretty good. The rear vehicle let's see if that's damaged any. Yeah, the rear vehicle's damaged also. Okay, cool. How was his ingress bearing? Okay.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah,
he was at about 70 knots and 400 feet.
Lancer
or
1-4
4 turns.
Sensor.
Okay.
Lancer, go ahead.
Standing by BP Louisiana.
Are you guys ready for the second 5?
Yep. Go ahead, call him on on the crossroads.
Copy that. Lancer, this is Dagger. Stand by for 5-line cast.
Dagger, this Lancer 1-4, go ahead with your 5-line.
Roger, it's going to be a Type 2 control, guns and rockets. We are 580 meters southwest. Target is 2 times BM21s in grid 059161. Also in that grid is 1 times BTR, all marked on Blue Force, 1330 for the BM21s and 1331 for the BTR. Requesting ingress on final attack heading 360, conducting a break-off attack, breaking off to bearing 270. I fucked the order of 2 of my lines, but anyway.
Lancer 1-4 copies Type 2 control, guns and rockets. Friendlies are 580 meters southwest. Target 1 is 2 times BM21s at grid reference 059161, along with 1 time BTR. Blue Force markers 1330, 1331, ingress 360, egress 270.
Good read back, Lancer. You're clear to continue.
That's 1-4 copies.
I think I'm going to have a chance to use my red smoke, but I'll load it. Never know. We might get lucky.
Give him an abort when he gets 2 clicks out.
Copy.
He's kind of starting 2 clicks out.
Alright, wait. Well, yeah, wait till he's closer. Wait till he gets on his ingress. But when he hits that road, or actually when he calls up target that he sees the target, abort him.
Roger. So instead of giving him weapons release, I'll give him an abort instead.
Confirm.
And then get him to push back out to Louisiana, and then get him to just come straight back in on the same 5 line.
Yep.
Roger that. It's a long wait.
There's Lancer 1470.
Lancer 1-4, go ahead.
2 clicks south of target. I'm tallying target, ingressing to the north.
Lancer, copy. Have you tally target? Abort donut. Abort donut. Abort donut. Go ahead and re-establish BP Louisiana.
Lancer 1-4 copies aboard donut. Breaking off.
Okay, cool.
He did not give half a shit.
Of course, he had plenty of time too, but he could see that shit from way far out, though. Like those vehicles are like not even trying to be hid.
No. Are you good for me to clear him straight back in again?
Yep, go ahead.
Lancer 1-4, this is Dagger 7-0. I guess I'll just go fuck myself instead.
That's a lot of daggers.
Take this, Lancer, go ahead.
So many daggers. Lancer 1-4, this is Dagger on 7-0. Go ahead and continue with that previous 5 line.
Never heard of a dagger 7-0.
Roger, Lancer 1-4 going back for ingress row.
Roger. Maybe that can be my fucking reserves call sign. We're just gonna skip all the fucking other numbers.
Is
Yeah,
it
I
dagger
was thinking
7-0
that. I
on
need a
7-0?
call sign for my reserve spot.
I know you do.
What should I do? Like just 4-1?
I
I guess I'm 4-2.
Yeah.
Take this, Lancer 7-0.
That's what he wants to do.
Lancer, go ahead.
Yeah, I will.
Tally on target.
Roger, you are cleared hot.
Roger, clear.
Dover, how's it going? Welcome to the party.
Did you intend for him to like go to the north around this hill?
No, because that would have
Okay.
been
Yeah, I
like
didn't
if he
think
was
so. That would have been
doing
old.
Lancer,
the
Dagger
side
7-0.
Go ahead.
But he drew
Oh,
it that
God.
way.
Yeah, he drew it that way.
Lancer, this is Dagger on 7-0. Be advised, BDA is 66 over 100. The 2 BM21s are both smoking. The BTR looks uninjured. We are going to complete Cass. Where are we pushing him now?
Go ahead and get him to
Roger, complete catch.
BP Oklahoma.
Lancer, this is Dagger 7-0. Go ahead and push BP Oklahoma and stand by for further Cass briefings.
And let's do his ingress. Or let's
Roger,
do
Dagger, Lancer 1-4 moving to BP Oklahoma.
red smoke on the infantry. On the
Yeah,
hill.
copy that. Are you standing by to pop that red?
A firm. Oh
Right.
shit. Wait, no, not yet. Hold on.
No,
I just
don't do it
deleted
yet.
characters. Yeah, I just deleted the guys.
That's not going to help.
No, wait.
How was your up, Dover? Hope everything went well. Flight school's not going too bad. It's a little slow, and it's been a long time since I've done a flight school, but the candidate seems to be flying pretty well, so no complaints. Lancer, go ahead.
I just stand by BP Oklahoma for a further CAS mission.
Roger, give us 1 second here on the ground. We'll
Alright.
advise when ready with 5-line brief.
I'm ready.
Excellent.
Lancer 1-4 Capital.
Lancer, this is Dagger on 7-0. Advise when ready for 5-line.
Hey, this is Lancer 1-4. Go ahead with your 5-line.
Lancer, this is Dagger. It's going to be a Type 2 control. Requesting guns and rockets. We are 1 kilometer to the southwest. We have 1 times enemy squad in grid 063163. Will be marked by red smoke. Be advised, you do still have that active BTR 60 from previous CAS in the AO. Requesting an ingress on attack heading 040, conducting a break-off attack with an egress of bearing 140. And I've just suddenly got something caught in my throat, which is fucking awful.
Friendlies are 1 kilometer southwest. Target is 1 times infantry squad. Grid reference 063163.
A lot of medic
will be
things.
marked with red smoke. BTR 60 still in the AO active. Ingress from 040, egress 140.
Good readback, Lancer. Continue. And advise when red smoke is required.
Lancer will advise over.
So anyway.
What is it that he's hitting?
The infantry on the hill.
Infantry on what hill?
Hill 1-4. Like right, the base of hill 145, like just to the north.
There's no infantry there.
There should be. Yeah, there's infantry there.
It's
Y'all
grid
see them?
063164.
Oh, I had to add them. They weren't in my.
Yeah, someone accidentally deleted them, so they just got replaced.
We don't know how it happened.
I know. Trying to they're getting on the backside of the hill for some fucking stupid reason. Trying to get them on the hill.
All right, he's got his bearings set up right. Oh, he hasn't done his exit yet. I gotta say, if you gave me a bearing of 140 and up, I'd be slightly annoyed. But I wouldn't say it's huge.
Why are they going away? What the fuck are they doing?
Classic Arma doing AI stuff.
Yeah.
Do you want me to?
I mean, there's enough of them there that he'd be able to shoot him in the face.
All right, where's he at?
He's
very good.
yeah, he's just getting on his bearing now.
All right, cool.
He's doing his turn in. He's aligned.
Hey, there's Lancer 1470.
Lancer, go ahead. Be advised. Troops in contact.
Red smoke out.
Copy tally red smoke.
Roger. You're cleared hot.
Roger, guns. Dart.
Speed is 50 knots, 150 feet.
Oh shit. About 50%, but they were spread out pretty good. His guns and rockets are
Ways off.
okay.
How are those rounds?
Pretty good. Yeah, I mean, they're all around the smoke. He's shooting straight for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't talking about his. I was talking about mine.
Oh.
Your rounds can go fuck themselves. That's what they're like. Lancer, this is Dagger, 7-0.
Go for Lancer.
Lancer BDA is approximately 50 over 100. Complete cast.
Roger, complete pass.
All right.
Push him back to Texas.
Yeah, push him to Texas and have him hit the helipad, and then I think we're pretty good.
Lancer, this is Dagger on 7-0. Go ahead and establish BP Texas.
Anybody see any issues that he wouldn't pass?
No, that looked good.
There's last 1-4 moving to BP Texas.
What's our
I got no issues.
What's our target speed for cast? You don't really
So-
have a restriction, right?
Yeah, we don't really have a speed restriction. There's altitude changes depending on what you want to do. The higher you are, the more exposed you are, the easier it is to see, but the more dangerous it is to pull out of the attack. And then the
He was
lower you
150
are,
on that last one. I thought that was good. He was
Yeah,
a little high on the other ones, but
the
that's
lower
also
you
wasn't
are,
crazy.
the worse you can see, but it's not so much of a danger of flying into the ground. But yeah, about 150, 200 is probably fine for an elevation on that.
Lieutenant Hardman, I had a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you, whenever you give him the 5 lines, are you giving him a break off distance?
Negative.
Okay.
No, we don't get break off distances. I've never had.
I
Oh.
think
We always
Dagger
in
really
Alpha.
does
We always
this.
taught we do
Take this
about
Phoenix
500.
1-4 on 7-0.
Sergeant
Phoenix, go ahead.
Stevens Usually will give it for Lancer.
Stand by
when he's doing
BP
a gun run.
Texas. Waiting orders.
Roger, advisor, and ready for 5 line.
But
Lancer 1-4 is ready for 5 line over.
Roger, it's going to be type 2 control, guns and rockets. 850 meters, southwest, grid 061163. We have a small enemy LZ with a stationary helicopter on the ground, surrounded by infantry in emplaced positions. Requesting a ingress, final attack heading 270, conducting a slashing attack, breaking off to bearing 180.
that's like the worst helicopter LZ I have seen in my life.
I mean, the Russians, man.
Why it's so small?
Lancer
No,
1-4 copies. Type
like
2
a
control. Guns
a
and
valley.
rockets. Friendlies 850 meters southwest.
I pulled the helicopter
Enemy
out of the
position is
ground. It was halfway underground.
061-163. Enemy LZ with heli, with infantry in place. Slashing attack ingress from 270. Break off 180.
Good read back, Lancer. Continue.
But no, what I was gonna say is, yeah, Sergeant Stevens will usually give a break off distance for Lancer, but regardless if he has one or not, because he keeps marking his break offs like directly over the target.
That's how I mark mine that way, but I don't do my break off there. I do my break off at 500 meters to the target.
Yeah.
Well, because I'm pretty sure he's actually breaking off there where it's drawn.
No, he's not. I've been watching that.
Yeah, I think he was breaking off pretty good. Like he's not actually going where he's drawn. I think his drawn is to get his bearings, where he's supposed to go. Because like he did the break off for the crossroads really well before the hill. A lot of people try to fly through that shit. Oh, did you give him a slashing attack for this one?
Ava.
Okay.
Yep. Ingress, final attack 270. Egressing 180, slashing attack.
Cool. So we just want to make sure he flies through the target.
That's
And
probably
his
one thing we.
mark looks good.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just talking bullshit. You go.
Oh, I was going to say that's the break off distances is something we should probably go over and find a standard for across DECO. Like how we iterate that.
Yeah, because people do it. Well, I mean, I think it also depends on a lot of the situation. Because if you can't, if it's harder to see the target and you need to break off later, and to get your guns on, I mean, as long as you're not flying through it. But I usually give them like a range of a click to a half a click. Is where you want to start doing that.
I think, in my opinion, It's can fall on the pilot's discretion. They should. I think it probably just needs to be mentioned in training and everything. At the very least.
Yep.
Helicopter just turned on.
Yep. Maybe that main rotor will fly off.
Does your warlord course have a mortar pit?
It should. I think it's pretty exposed as well. I think it's on a hill to the south a little bit.
Hey guys, this is Lance, your Italian target.
Roger, tally target. You are cleared hot.
One.
Yeah, there's it's on that hill to the south, past the gas station.
Alright, he's coming in now.
Oh, that area.
Oh, why are you landing?
What do you want him to do about that fucking heli that took off? Just leave it?
Yeah, it's gone.
Roger.
It wasn't supposed to lift, but I think it was set to aware. And it fucking said, okay, we gotta come in.
Do you want him to uniform change and pick us up?
Yep. Yep.
Lancer, this is Dagger 70.
Go ahead.
BDA 75 over 100. Complete CAS. RTB to airbase, uniform change for Phoenix, and advise when ready for 5-line.
Do you want him to just pick us up here and I'll clear the enemy, or do we want to go down there?
We can go back down. We got time. See, because I'm kind of interested to see if he like adjusts his approach to that LZ now that he's flown it once.
Ah, yes. Yeah, good point.
Every now and again I have one. It's pretty rare, but I like to celebrate them when they happen. We're not going to talk about the fact I just missed the stairs on the way down there. Kind of undoes all my hard work.
Alright, I guess we'll work our way down.
So I think as far as Little Bird Gunnery goes, it all went pretty well. I've got like no major issues with that. Like in terms of if that was in an operational sense, I think the only real miss there is missing that helo that took off, but we would have plenty of other things to take care of it in the meantime. So I'm not super worried there at all.
He also didn't take very long in copying down the 5 lines. Like, he's pretty fast in that.
Yeah, he seemed accurate with it too. He didn't have to keep asking.
Yeah, most of his time was probably drawing the route.
Yeah, I agree in terms of the time investment there definitely seemed to be on on the actual drawing component. His ingress and egress times even seem pretty good. Like once he was drawn up, he was pretty quickly aligned and ingressing.
Are we gonna go straight to the Apache area and then debrief both Lancer and Warlord at the same time, or are we gonna go back to the airbase?
It probably makes sense to do that. These sessions usually take a really long time anyways.
Well, he needs a co-pilot, so we might as well.
Well, Soren can just stay in the bird after he drops us off.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. I don't think he... Yeah, we could do that because, he obviously passed the little bird portion.
What do you want him to do first? You want him gunning or flying?
Gunning.
Okay.
Yeah, the way I usually do it is the student does the gunning section, we do Warlord, then we debrief the Lancer and Warlord, or you can wait till the very end of the session to debrief everything, and then you'll do the swap off for the evasion.
Oh, that's right. I forgot we do that.
Yeah, because it's been moved to day 3 instead of day 4.
Yeah. Wait, move from day 4? Isn't that like majority of day 4?
No, because day 4 is now an FTX.
Yeah, which I'm going to try to avoid that if we can, because I never did like that rule.
What's rule?
Like, after we do day 3 with all this, it's like they always wanted to do an actual FTX with the new walk before you gave him his wings, and I'm like, it's so redundant and a waste of time.
When I did it, we did a platoon training, and then they did the I had an aircraft issue and I had to land, and I thought that was great.
Yeah, I think it's just unnecessary.
It's fun to do when you actually have it set up. The issue is getting it set up because you need a bunch of ground people for it.
And then you have the ground guys.
Why don't you just do it on their platoon trainings?
Yeah, but that's the thing too. Like you don't want them to be bored, so you really have to have a full platoon training for them, like with the Zeus and all. And then you have this bunch of extra aviation stuff in there. I mean, it's not impossible, but I never saw the point in it.
We got lucky for Zier, and we had a TACP qualification day that we were able to jump into.
14 on some 0.
Phoenix 1470, go ahead.
Stand by airbase, grab you, waiting for 5 line.
270 will do.
Extend that fucking antenna.
Phoenix, this is Dagger 70, just ready to check.
Dagger, this is Phoenix 1-4, hear you 4x5.
Roger, confirming, still ready for 5-line LZ.
Alright, let's touch antennas.
Apron.
Roger, 5-line LZ is as follows: 050156, type mark 1234190 124, type mark 1234. Both LZs have building hazards on the north side of the LZ. Nil sitrep as no troops in contact at either LZ. Ingress to your pickup bearing 320. Egress from pickup bearing 270. Ingress to destination bearing 100. Egress destination 270.
What?
We're just having to move us to the Warlord portion.
Oh, okay. I got confused a little bit on the double ingress egress.
Did you just do both at once?
Yeah.
I kind of zoned out, and then came in. Yeah, same thing. I was like, wait, what's going on?
He's just picking us up from here, and he's bringing us straight out to LZ Bravo.
Yeah.
Got it.
He just gave the direction for those.
You might want to give him a sit rep for what's happening in Chalkia, because there's a Tunguska in that AO.
Davis, Phoenix,
Not as far as I'm aware.
pick up 050156.
We don't know about that yet.
Report marker 1234, Also blue marker 1234. Building hazards in both AOs. No contact. Pickup ingress 320. Egress 270. Drop off location ingress 100 and egress 270.
If he flies in from the right bearing, he should be fine.
Phoenix, readback is correct. Just going to adjust the egress from destination. From the destination, let's egress bearing 310. Otherwise, your readback is correct. You're clear to continue to pick up. I just changed my mind about that a little bit.
From the destination, so LZ Bravo. You're changing the egress.
Affirmative, Phoenix.
Efron, what was that egress one more time?
310.
Yep, good call.
Copy 310.
So the whole bullseye is in a bowl down there. So if he flies low enough, he'll be obscured by all that. If not, the Tunguska, well, we'll find out quick.
Fuck around and find out.
Yeah. Did
So
you find
remember-
you find the mortar pit?
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
You have gorillas on it, which was interesting.
I do.
But I still remember my day 2. Remember on day 2 they do like the trying to see if you'll wave off an LZ or not.
Yeah.
So Captain Blair had me land on, if you look at your map, to the southwest of Purigos, that like little peninsula. There's this little beach here. He had me land on that with a Chinook to do like an infantry pickup. And as soon as I touched down on the beach, he started firing over it. Or as I was ingressing, coming in from over the water, he started firing over me with a Shilka. And I got so low that the wheels on the Chinook were dragging through the water, and I just kept going in, and I landed on the beach. I was like, I'm actually low enough that it can't physically see me unless it drives onto the beach.
And in the principles of assessment, we call that not a reliable assessment.
Right.
Yeah, I still passed.
Well, no, but exactly. It's like, if you want the learner to do a particular thing, then the situation has to be framed such that there's no alternative. And your situation gave you an alternative, so you took it, which is completely natural.
Yeah. So I just landed on the beach and I just sat there and I waited for the infantry to load up. And then after they loaded up, I egressed the exact same way, where I was just dragging through the water all the way out. And the Shilka physically could not shoot me because it couldn't aim it down enough.
He's got his plan drawn, for the most part, I think.
Thorin, you good to fly with him, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. You know the drill with him. Like, don't help him too much. If he gets in a bind, you can help him out, but take notes and let him just standard drill. Have you done this before?
I haven't assisted
right?
with day 3 before, but I get the drill.
And just monitor 3-1, and we could talk to each other in there if you need to.
Got it.
Is that ingress correct?
Yeah, that's what I gave him, 320.
Oh, that's odd. Okay.
I like it. It's coming through that valley.
He has to fly over this mountain and then descend all the way down here.
Yep.
It's whatever.
No, that's his. No, so he's egressing to the west. He's coming in here from the fucking southeast.
Both of that's still weird, but okay.
Yeah.
He's just gonna have to climb out of it. But that's another thing too. Is we'll go over that later. Like, he doesn't have to take a direct west path. He could fly out to the west, but follow the land and take the saddles and stuff.
Which I'm sure he probably actually will. He's probably just drawn in what I gave him.
Yeah.
I just thought my only logic there was that it's a pretty tight space, so I thought I'd try and keep him on more or less the same kind of line to get in and out.
Yeah.
Because at the LZ Bravo, I'm making him do a fucking spin to get out anyway, so. Alright, he's hooking it over
He
this way
just
now.
left the airbase, yeah. Anyone got games on their phone?
Yeah, but I've already done today's Wordle.
Don't worry, I do my daily chess puzzles from chess.com.
Yeah, beautiful.
I like going LZ to LZ and then just debriefing everything in the end. Pretty cool.
If this day ends up being really long, I think that does make a lot of sense to do it.
Well, the evasion part by itself usually takes almost an hour.
Classic.
And
Classic evasion.
We probably could go easy on the E&E portion because this dude was an infantry guy, so we almost don't even need to do it. I just want to see if he gets away from the helicopter and he uses his tools. You know?
Whenever we did Walk Zero's day 3 and we did his evasion part, Sergeant Stevens was like driving around in a gas and getting out and like looking to see if he could find him.
Yeah.
And then we had like infantry that were like trailing them, and we were using the suppressive fire module to like shoot over their heads every time they would get spotted.
Yeah, we could do all, like.
And there was an MI8 that was like circling overhead with its spotlight on.
Did you mean Mr. Zier?
Mr. Zier, yeah.
Well, the promotion hasn't officially gone through.
Yeah, this finish one person zero.
Does Dagger go ahead?
2 clicks from pickup.
Roger, do you require green smoke?
If it's previous LZ we used before, won't need it, but if it's a new LZ, you can pop it.
Negative, same LZ.
Roger.
Can't wait to get my antenna caught in these fucking rotor blades.
Why don't you put it away?
I suppose I could.
It's not making sense.
Oh, I see him.
I hear him.
What?
I'll grab the pilot or the co-pilot seat with them.
All in?
Clear the lift.
Weird, my door's not closing. Oh, there we go.
You just had to pull it a little harder.
Yeah,
Good tug.
just
Alright, now we're out.
give us some WD-40 when you get back.
Alright, man, good job with Little Bird stuff. We'll debrief after and have you fly to the Warlord range, and we'll get started on that.
Roger, shoot.
Just clicking over. I started my stream a little early, so the stream's been up for just over 2 hours, but we're actually at just under 2 hours, which only gives us an hour left, so we might really be pushing this for time to stay within the official time limit. We'll have to see what the wash-up looks like. Hope everyone's good. Hope we're all enjoying a little bit of flight school stuff. Go away, alarm. I'm already awake. Turn the rest of those off. Thanks very much. We're well out of the AO now, so that high crossing is not really an issue. I like that he's giving himself like a pretty clear, like you could navigate this whole route more or less by landmarks, which is good. Yeah, less reliance on the tech and just a lot more visual stuff. Tracking pretty well across the bay. This is the part where we really have to stop worrying about our height. I can see that it looks like we are going to be low enough. We're only 22 meters off the deck, which is pretty good. So we should be well and truly behind the deflate offered up here. So that's Hilltops 130-ish, say, if we take a low average, 130. So at 24 meters we should have nothing to worry about. Hopefully. I would like to have nothing to worry about.
2 clicks.
2 clicks.
Power lines, did I? Didn't see those. Oops.
Civilians at LZ.
Say again?
Civilian at LZ.
Yeah.
I was just informing.
To the left. Rocky dokie.
Alright, Baron 120.
You think he'll mind if we borrow his vehicle?
Hey, this is
Oh.
Phoenix 1-4.
Well, I don't want them to
Go
hear
ahead.
us. We got time.
All troops landed. Phoenix
Man, that's a
1-4
really
is
long
out
walk,
to
though.
the northwest on
Remember
the
the
green.
last one?
Yeah, it's like half.
Roger that. Go ahead and RTB uniform change to Warlord.
Sure.
One for
It's
cover,
got
though.
gas in it.
Just make sure the enemy doesn't hear the engine. How do you walk with your gun out?
What do you mean? Like gun up position?
No, like gun down, but just to a walking pace.
I've rebound that to double tap C, if that's what you mean.
Oh, right.
Because like when I have my gun on my shoulder, it's a different button to just walk.
Yeah. Yeah, because you only got 2 movement speeds.
If you mean like actual walking pace, just do the W and S together to go to a walk.
I've never understood that keybind.
It's really easy to hit. If you're holding W, you just also hit S at the same time by just moving your finger, like slightly downward.
You have to set that though, right? It's not automatic.
That's default Arma command.
W and S, I think it just makes me stop.
Yeah, you have to set that up yourself. Should have done it a long time ago, like in the beginning.
I went to 153 Alpha right out of OSIT.
Yeah, they should have done it there. But also, your stuff probably got messed up between then and now.
Honestly, a bunch of the keybinds that I set in OSAT have long changed.
You found out stuff that works better.
Yeah, like my radio thing is probably the big one.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, fucks other people up when I like tell them at first, but eventually we see the light.
Well, it's kind of like with me and flying, because I fly mouse and keyboard, and
Yeah.
all of my shit's like been custom set, because I've been doing it for like almost a decade now. But how long? Since 2016 I've been flying, however long that is, 7 years. And so all my controls for flying are custom set, and so people are like, yeah, so it's so weird having the controls like that, and I'm like, no, not really, because I
Yeah.
set it all on my own.
Okay, for this, we're going to give him, once he gets airborne and over here, we're going to give him a 10-minute ISR marked for him to mark as many targets as he can.
Roger, so
so
I
we
won't
really
mark
don't have-
anything before then.
Correct. And then he should end up seeing the Tunguska
Yeah.
before he even fucking gets over here. He should see it on the radar. And then when he does,
Do you want to...
he'll hide down and not mark the targets. And then we'll call we'll laze that.
Yeah, Roger.
Or not laze that, I'm sorry. We'll just destroy that with a weapon squad, since we're not supposed to like LOAL on that shit.
I thought
Actually,
we...
we can.
Yeah, we can.
I was about to say, LOAL is how you're supposed to do it.
So long
Yeah,
as it's
so we
so long as it's my lays, not yours.
Yeah.
You probably want to send a message, by the way, to Soren, just telling him, hey, if you see it before he does, don't say anything. Let him notice it.
All right. And actually, there's 2 Tunguskas in there.
Yeah.
Which you can just have him. We probably don't need 2, but that was more for the ingress thing anyway. So in there, we won't be able to see everything, so he'll have to help us see stuff. But
Yep.
we do have all the bases. We have a motor pool, we have a bunch of BTRs, we have a mortar pit, we have some main battle tanks, and we have a convoy in there, and then scattered
Alright,
infantry. And
sandbags are set.
Alrighty.
Did you send that message to Soren, by the way?
Not yet. You can though. We should be able to see the mortar pit from our position.
Dagger, this is Warlord 4170.
Yeah, I got eyes on it.
Okay, cool.
Warlord, go ahead.
Is there specific ammunitions you're looking for us to be kitted out with?
Do you want me to answer that, or
just tell him it just a multi-purpose armament.
Warlord, this is Dagger on 7-0. Just go ahead and lift with the multi-purpose armament.
You didn't like my mortar pit, Steve's? It's got a campfire and everything.
It's interesting.
The camo net's not over the
Warlord,
borders.
just confirming you received last.
Go ahead.
Just confirming you received my last traffic regarding loadout.
A for multi-purpose.
Roger.
The gas station to the south of the town, on the roof, it's got an Igla chair and a couple of static weapons.
If you want, we can have Tim, the javelin gun man, as our weapons squad that engages.
Timmy the javelin.
Yeah. Engage one with Warlord and engage the second one with the weapons squad.
Yeah, so he can save his kilos. We could do that. But if you fire from here, are they gonna start shooting at us though?
No. The Timmy the weapons squad they're over there.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, because once you stir the fucking hornet's nest in these things. Let's see. Are they? They're still on the deck over there, huh? Oh, Steve, can you put down some BPs? And I'm gonna go pee right quick while we're doing this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bunch of infantry over there. If it comes in with some mics, that'd be good, because you could mic that. You could mic that. Probably. And then like 2 for some of the infantry, I guess, or for some of the convoys or something. Honestly, what I'd like is fucking APKWSs, but I think we should look at changing that SOP so that
Hardman, are you in the real military?
no, that's hard work. Fuck that shit.
That's hard work. It does seem like a lot of hard work, doesn't it? It seems like a lot of outdoorsness.
Yeah, I don't do outdoors.
That's funny. Oh, and Steve's when he switches over to pilot, do you mind flying the hind?
I never mind flying a hind. I put 3 BPs down.
Okay, cool. And then instead of shooting at him, I'm just going to give him an engine failure for him to navigate that.
Normally, because like what Stevens and I decided to do was we shot at them with a man pad, and even if they successfully flared it, we still just did the manual engine failure.
Yeah, I give him threat avoidance on day 2. So he's done all that, and I whenever I fucking do it, I end up blowing him out of the goddamn sky.
Yeah. So
do you see where the hind is?
Yeah, I already saw. Are you in the actual military platoon?
No, I never ended up joining the military. My brother did, and
Where did he join?
a couple of my cousins did. My brother joined the army. And my
I've been
cousin's
looking
in
at the
Navy.
possibility of the Air Force.
How old are you?
24.
Oh, yeah, you'd be an old man if you went in the military now.
Well, it's because I'm about to be done with a degree, my third degree.
Oh, you get commissioned? That's not bad.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna do it, but the only thing I ever wanted to do was fly, and my eyes were so bad I wouldn't be flying anything. So
the reason I had the thought about it was because of so I'm doing cybersecurity, and the way that every single company in the world works is they're like, oh, you don't have enough experience. You don't have enough experience, and you could do cybersecurity with the Air Force
and get experience. Yeah,
and get experience. So I was like, possibility that I do that. I'm not certain yet. But I'll see how trying to apply to different places goes, and then make my decision. Right there. I got rid of that stupid fog.
I just have the time rolling a little bit quicker. I don't want it to get dark when he's out here, but I want it to be close to dark for when he changes the pilot. The whole portion will be at night. Probably an hour.
Alright, I'm just going to quickly flip my screen over to be right back. I just need to take my headphones off for a couple of minutes because I've been wearing a headset all fucking day at this point because I just got home from work. So I'll be back in a minute or something similar to that.
I hate
I'm back on.
All right. I want to try and get that limitation taken off too, man. That's
I very, very, very much doubt they will.
okay. So we'll alter this a little bit. He's got Hellfires and he's got Hydras. So when he pilots, we'll give him a gun run.
Do you remember what I was talking about with the zooms on the different airframes and these binos that we use?
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to Soren about that, about trying to get that fixed because he's part of the mod team. He was like, "Yeah, it's one of those things you send up the COC to HQ, and HQ makes the decision." And he said, from the way they've been talking, he extremely doubts that they would ever.
All right, Walk went to go use a quick off comms break. He'll be right back. We're all set.
But yeah, so he said that he doubts HQ would ever approve for us to get better magnification. Even though the drone has a 50 times magnification and Warlord has a 20 times. He was like, yeah, I doubt they would ever change it.
It seems like they get pissed off enough at aviation because we can't find fucking
Dagger, this is Warlord 4-1.
Well, see, I brought that up to him too.
4-1, go ahead.
We are ready to go, just on standby at airbase, grab you.
But I had brought that up
Roger,
to him as well.
you are clear to lift, proceed to BP Heineken.
Like at a debrief or something for not being able to find something, just to tell them.
Okay.
Go ahead
How-
and send him BP
ha-
Heineken.
Yeah, I have done. How the fuck am I meant to pronounce the BP out to the southwest?
Anheuser?
Roger, I'm gonna fuck that up at some point.
Or
It doesn't.
yeah.
It doesn't sound anything like it's spelled.
If you look at what I had just sent you, that's what he told me about, like, if the task force commander or someone is basically getting mad at y'all for not being able to find something. He was like, yeah, just shut it down. Tell them, basically shut the fuck up. Because it's limitations placed on us. It's not our fault.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not just finding mortars because we could get there. The shitty thing is that when we see stuff and we're so far back, like at 5, 6 clicks, we can't tell what type it is. We could just tell if it's got fucking wheels or tracks. That's basically what you're getting. And forget guys, like you can't even tell if people are armed at 6 clicks away.
Oh, also because the way Arma works, they start clipping into the ground, so half the time you can only see like half of a person.
Yeah.
Also, Drumheller would be angry with you right now. You have guys on top of the gas station, but there's no way to get onto the gas station.
Yeah. I mean, the stairs are inside. You just have to go inside to see them.
There are no stairs inside.
Just kidding.
Right, they've just lifted both looks.
All right, cool. Yeah, so they should see the Tunguskas.
Yeah, I already sent that message to Soren as well, telling him to not call anything up if he spots it.
Now, if I put them on don't fire until fired upon the Tunguskas, they should still see a radar signature, right? Like the fucking thing's on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And they'll probably still get a lock tone if it actually tries to lock them up. It just won't actually fire.
Okay.
Because they should still attempt to acquire targets. I suppose the other option is you leave them on, fire at will and just fucking take the ammo out until you're ready for them to start firing. And then it will still do a full...
I guess you could do
lockup.
that.
Neither seems to be tracking it at the moment, though.
He's low. He's pretty low.
Do you want me just to, when he arrives at that BP, just give him tasking to do ISR?
Yeah, this is Warlord 4170. We are on standby at BP Heineken.
You want me just to get him to do some ISR for the moment until he spots them?
Yeah, because he's got to pop up to spot them.
Well, this is Dagger on 70. Go ahead and get yourself established, ready to conduct ISR of the AO.
Fucking thing
Advise, we're getting pinged by radar. We're gonna have to break off.
I just turned
Roger.
the Tunguska shot at him once he popped up. Alright, is he okay? I just put him on hold fire.
Oh yeah, he said he was breaking off.
It was on don't fire till fired upon.
Oh, well. Get misinterpreted.
Man did not care. He said, today we are indeed firing.
Oh wait, is he fucked up?
Yeah, they got hit. Oh, they got really fucking hit.
Dagger, this is Warlord 4170.
Warlord, go ahead.
Advise, we are leaking fuel badly. We're landing in a field at grid reference 199152.
I got him.
Roger that, Warlord. Be advised we will dispatch repair crews to your location. Stand by at this point in time.
Fuck's fuel tank.
Do you want me to send a little repair convoy out there?
Nah, we'll just get them fixed up here. Fucking thing wasn't supposed to shoot.
Well, that's gone well.
Dagger, this is Warlord 4170.
Warlord, go ahead.
Advise, we landed safely. Record reference 199151. We have a little bit of fuel left for an RT. Describe last fuel crew hit us.
Say again your last message, Willard.
Advised, ground crew has got to us. We're fixed up, refueled. We're lifting back in the air.
Roger that. Proceed back to BP Heineken and conducting ISR of the objective area.
He called up.
Roger, interrogative. We just got hit pretty hard at BP Heineken. Do you really want us there?
Do you really want to fight about it? Yeah, well, that's affirmative. Go ahead and get established in that location until we can identify what that AAA threat is.
Let me see if it calls up that what that Tunguska is. They shouldn't shoot at him again.
I thought you just do it the easy way. We pull the
Warlord
camera out of it.
4-1.
and then it
Do you
can't shoot
copy
at
that?
them.
Yeah, well, that's affirmative. Go ahead and return to BP Heineken, establish there, conduct ISR of the AO, attempting to identify that AAA threat as first priority so that it can be eliminated.
Copy, interrogator. You okay with us sending about a click north of BP Heineken until we can identify that anti-air contact?
Whatever you need to do to keep yourself safe, Willard.
Roger.
I saw it just pop up on his radar, and then the fucking thing fired.
Yeah, the thing is too, like with an empty server, like those things are going to be so responsive compared to how we see them in ops.
By the way, is the javelin gunner Timmy? He's up there by the windmills.
Thanks, Timmy.
So whenever you need weapon squad to engage.
Okay.
Can you see
Do you
Timmy?
I can, yeah. Do you want Timmy to engage the Tunguskas, or are we just going to do it with a kilo?
Get him to send a kilo on your lays on one of them. We'll get Timmy to get the other one.
Roger. I'm going to do this close one. I've got a clearer shot on. I'm still not going to fucking mark it or call it to him, right? Like, it's up to him to find it.
Yeah, he should be calling out the general location. He may actually be able to see it from where he's at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clicks in.
The second Tunguska's literally just staring at this tower right there.
Yeah, I know. It makes me so fucking nervous. Like, I've been fired up by one of those things before, and I fucking hate it.
Man has PTSD.
It's more like VPTSD. It's a virtual PTSD.
Just because it's virtual doesn't mean it's any less real.
That's literally what it means.
Alright, let me see what... He's trying to look over there, but...
They're bearing 007. Oh yeah, I see them.
New.
Holy fuck, they're like way up in the sky.
Well, that's how you avoid Tunguskas, right?
You get far enough away. I wonder if he can even see it, though.
That's Tunguska.
And he should see it on his send screen.
So it's a good thing we pulled the ammo out of it. I just checked that Tunguska. It's literally locked onto them
Hey,
right
this
now.
is Warlord 4-1.
Willard, go ahead.
Guys, I have eyes on a Tunguska about 5 clicks from our position. I'm going to be marking here shortly.
Roger.
Yeah, that Tunguska's locked onto them.
Yeah, he's, Yeah, once he marks this up, go ahead and do LOL on one of them. And then Timmy can take the other ones.
Roger that. I'm going to LOL the one that he marks. And then I can report that Timmy's killed the other one.
Okay.
Why did we decide on Timmy for the name again?
I don't know. Because Steve's is weird.
Hey, Roger.
That's rude.
It's only rude if it's
In the middle of a
inaccurate.
training, I'd put you in handcuffs.
I spotted the other one. Oh, he marked it as a tank. It's not a tank. He's deleted it.
Steve, are you able to check his mark accuracy when he puts them down? Like at the distance? Yeah, just let me know what's off. And if anything's off, we can ask him to remark.
Should he be using a tablet? Should he be able to place down like proper like anti-air marks?
Yes, he should place the correct type.
Roger. He's marked that Tunguska as a tank again.
So he's probably.
Hey, this is Warlord 70.
He's probably
Warlord, go ahead.
Advise, I brought enemy Tunguska at grid reference 197161 with force 1802.
Warlord, say again grid for that mark.
Grid reference is 200115.
Roger that, Warlord. I have eyes on mark 1802 in that grid. Stand by for 5 line.
That's the one Timmy would be shooting.
Yeah, are you fine?
Ready for 5 line.
I can laze the one that he's marked if you want me to do that.
Yeah,
okay. I can shoot
Roger.
the other one with
my laser's hot. Laser's hot. Roger, it's going to be a type 1 control requesting 1 times kilo. We are 880 meters to the northwest. We have 1 times Tunguska in grid 200115, type mark 1802. I'd be advised that kilo is going to be on my lays, and my laser's hot. Time now.
Heavy Warlord copies. Type 1, requesting 1 times kilo. Friendlies are 880 meters northwest. Target 1 times Tunguska. Blue Force marker 1802. Grid reference 200115. Your lays, and it's hot.
Good readback. Continue.
You say cleared hot?
No, but I guess he's not going to call that he's got tally on my lays, is he? So.
Maybe not, yeah. I mean, he should see it because he's up. It's not like he's below defilade.
He's talking right now to Soren. I can see my team speak, so I'll just wait
This is Warlord
a second.
standing by. See your lays.
Okay, there you go.
Roger, if you have tally on lays, you are cleared hot.
Roger, rifle.
Copy rifle.
Ooh, good hit.
Warlord, this is Dagger 70.
Dagger, this is Warlord. Go ahead.
Warlord BDA 100 over 100. Complete CAS and send CAS check in when ready.
Alright, Timmy, go ahead and hit the other one.
Yeah,
Roger.
Timmy.
Stand by for gas check and let me know when you're ready.
No, why with the javelin gun?
Yes,
fire,
send check in.
is interesting.
Roger, Dagger. Cast check-in as follows. Call sign is Warlord 41, flight of 1 times AH-64 Echo Apache Guardian. I am approximately 5 kilometers to your south or northwest of Angels 2. Weapon systems are followed. I am full on gun. We have 3 times Limas.
Hit it with a Maz.
Or 4 times Limas. 3 times Kilo. We are laser capable. Fuel systems reading at 95% and bleeding. Time on station 0 plus 120 mics. Abort code is donut. Over.
Does he really just have 4 lemurs and 3 kilos left?
Yes, because he only has 8. We can only have 8 guided munitions.
Oh yeah, and he didn't check in with his aim 9s.
You forgot it.
Warlord, this is Dago Readback. You're a flight of 1 times AH-64 Echo Apache Guardian, call sign Warlord 41, located 5 kilometers to my northwest at Angels 2. Weapon systems reading has a full load on the guns, 4 times AGM Lima, 3 times AGM Kilo. You are laser capable. Fuel systems reading has 95% and bleeding, for a playtime of 0 plus 120 minutes, and a bought code of Donut.
Yeah, I don't know why, but the javelin gun wouldn't fire. I had lock, it was loaded and everything, it just wouldn't fire.
Gotcha. Alright, whenever he confirms that, we can start ISR and tell him he has 10 minutes on the clock.
Roger. Warlord, just confirming you received my readback on your CAS check-in. Warlord Roger, proceed BP Heineken, commence ISR of the AO. Sitrep, Havoc 3-4 has eliminated 1 additional times Tunguska in the AO. We believe there are no further Tunguskas active in the AO. Should be safe to proceed to that BP. Be advised, once on station at BP Heineken, you will have 10 minutes on the clock for ISR of the AO.
Warlord 4-1 copies. I'll move into BP Heineken to start ISR of the objective. Have 10 minutes from once we reach that.
Good readback.
I wonder if he's high enough, he should be able to see everything from Heineken, right? We don't need to cycle him. Let's see. He should be able to catch all the. You could see the motor pool. You could see.
By the way, as it stands, you're gonna need a minimum of 2 kilos at least. 1 for the gas station and then 1 for the mortar pit.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we used to do this.
Oh, actually, no, because you have another. There's another chair on a garage down that we can't even.
Yeah, we used to do We used to do Ligers on this course, so we're just gonna have to. I mean, he's obviously not gonna be able to kill everything, but.
Well, like right there's another chair. So, like, if you want him to use guns, we have to kill all the chairs at least, which means we have 2 kilos for 2 chairs, 1 kilo for the mortar pit. So he'll be out of kilos.
He can guns on the mortar pit once the chairs are down.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Let's
so
get the chairs
we'll
down.
Still have 1 kilo to actually use.
Is the SOP written that it's? I mean, I fucking should know, but I don't. Is the SOP written that it's fucking limited anti-tank guided, or is it just guided?
Anything that can be guided.
Yeah.
And they define guided as anything that can change directions after launch.
It doesn't make sense.
So all of the Ligers, all of the Hellfires, all of that counts as guided.
Yeah. Where that policy ended up is not where that draft started. But anyway, I'm not gonna soapbox about it. It's like, I would like to see, because of how useful the Ligers are, I would like to see those back in use, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, I would like to see them, like, maybe, I don't know how you'd fucking do it, but, to be able to have the SOP written in a way that negates the count of the Ligers a little bit, given their lower actual killing power.
Well, the big reason for the SOP is because Drum says that the Ligers can be used to kill tanks.
I'm not sure that's exactly how that came up.
Oh, I think it's pretty hard to kill tanks with Ligers. You have to use like 10 of them.
You can disable it to make it dismount with only 1 or 2.
Alright, so we'll just water this down to match his ordnance. But for the kilos, I need him to lay stuff on his own. I need him to well, we already did a LOL, really. We could do more of those. The fuck is shooting now?
One of the chairs.
Oh yeah, I just shot the side of the mountain in front of us. It's the one that's on the garage.
There you go, this is Warlord 4170.
Go ahead.
Sorry getting painted again, we're taking defensive and breaking off.
Yeah, Roger, be advised, yeah, affirmative. I was about to tell him what we're shooting at him, but that's obviously not the point.
So, so we could disable that from shooting back, but he really needs to be far enough away to where it wouldn't engage him. So just tell him to stay far enough away where he's not going to get engaged, and he can still do ISR. Like, I guess tell him to stay 4 clicks away from the AO,
Roger.
and then we'll just have shit hold fire.
Woolard, this is Dagger 70.
Go ahead.
Woolard, be advised, in order to continue this exercise, go ahead and ingress back towards the AO. Just retain yourself 4 kilometers out from the AO. Should be a safe distance from what remains.
Copy.
Steve's, take out the ammo, the shit that can shoot him back. Like, that's not the point of this. Like, that's what makes it ISR hard, is staying far enough away to not get engaged. But for this, we just need him marking targets and marking them correctly.
That's the reason, though. The course that I gave you for Warlord, all of my AA has no ammo in it.
Cool. Yeah, so I took it out the Igla chair. I don't think anything else can... Or where was that other Igla chair? Yeah.
It was
on the gas station.
I already emptied it.
Nothing else can shoot him, I don't think. None of the, I don't think I have any other missiles anywhere.
The only
I
thing
think
that
it's...
can technically shoot at him is the BTR-80s whenever they're doing gun runs.
Okay. So let's see where he is, and I'll start the timer when he kind of gets into place.
I think it's interesting that he's marked a bunch of infantry. And not any of the vehicles that would show up on radar.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Infantry is... infantry is not my concern.
Yeah, and he needs to be scanning in his IHADs. That's a good point to bring up, too.
Yeah, I spent
March so far. Okay.
I made sure I spent time with Zier, teaching him how to use the IHADs specifically to quickly find targets and mark them. I went up to that northwest corner, and we would be in the bird, and I would just randomly throw a piece of armor somewhere and tell him to find it and mark it in
Well, go ahead.
30 seconds.
You guys have eyes on a T-80.
And
Right.
Steve, you're checking his
Grid reference
and his accuracy,
199155 Blue 41827.
That's the second time now he's read me the wrong grid. Waller, just confirming that grid reference.
Reference 199155 or 115.
Walking around, so.
Roger, 199115, eyes on Blue Force, 1827.
He's got some dyslexia going on.
I mean, honestly, most days so do I. So I'm not super mad about it, but just FYI, I suppose.
Yeah.
So he's got the ADR for the church. He's got that MBT I can't see.
Oh, Hardman, I had sent you the thing.
Yeah, I see that.
So yeah, so you said before you said he marked the Tunguskas as a tank.
Yeah, affirmative.
Okay, so that needs to be an AA marker. And technically, I think it's AA missile. So we do that.
Missile or motorized.
Anti-air, yeah, missile or motorized. Okay, yeah.
People using different marks.
Yeah, just make sure he marks the right thing, and then check his accuracy. He's not going to be able to mark. He may or may not be able to mark the whole thing in the 10 minutes, but he's got a ton marked already, so that's good. At least.
Yeah, what annoys me is that we have 4 separate AA marks.
That's interesting. It's not.
Dagger, this is Warlord 4170.
Go ahead.
Grid reference 201113. There's 3 times mortar pits. Blue force markers 1831, 1832.
Other markers in 201113.
He hasn't seen the convoy yet in the middle of town?
Negative.
Roger. Also found another MBT at grid reference 200114. Blue force 1830.
Other mark.
Roger.
Yeah, he marked the infantry first, but he didn't call them up first. So maybe he marked them because he saw them and because he's calling up the heavier shit.
Yep.
You know. Dagger, this is Warlord 4170.
Well, go ahead.
Grid reference 202115. Marker 1818 is a BTR 80 Alpha.
Eyes on.
And a screaming child.
Yeah. Let's take fucking care of that first.
Or bird of some sort.
Honestly, people have pet birds who sound like that. They're special kind of broken.
Yeah.
Oh, look, you can actually see Timmy. Timmy's just sitting over there with their Maz gun.
Go ahead, Timmy.
How much time does he have left?
He's at 4 minutes and 40 seconds. I'd like to see him at least get the motor pool and the convoy. He got the mortars. He got a bunch of the single armor, and he got a bunch of the infantry's also mobile. So, okay, he just put down the fucking BMPs.
I don't know. Something I've kind of noticed as a trend is a lot of people have issues with quickly marking up multiple targets.
Hey, this is Warlord 4170.
That just takes practice.
Go ahead.
Grid reference 203116. Blue forward 1837 is a BM21.
Nice.
Roger, just confirm the type mark on that.
Second.
Disregard. He's marked that as fucking motorized and not MLRS.
Right, so that should be artillery MLRS. Yep. It's BM21. BM21 is MRLS. What is the other thing? What do the other thing? Oh yeah, Tunguska is AA.
Yep.
The MBTs are right though, right?
Yep.
Did he miss any of those? Let's see. Armor.
He's got He's got 3 marked, and he. Oh no, hang on, 2 marked, and he called them both out.
Okay.
He has not marked anything on the gas station roof or that other igloo chair.
Does he have advanced thermals?
Yes.
You know how to use it?
He should.
Because Zier had advanced thermals, and he didn't actually realize that he wasn't using it for like the first month and a half that he was flying.
Oh, he was hitting the wrong key.
Well, because he thought that it changed the vanilla thermals, but it's its own key binding.
He got the motor pool.
Nice.
There you go, this is Warlord 70.
Well, go ahead.
Grid 201117. Blue force markers 1840, 1841. There's 4
Those
times.
markers seem off to me.
Trucks there.
I was on the markers on those 4 Urals. Looks like it's the
like 50 meters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing we'd send Havoc 4 on, and they would miss.
Yeah. Yeah. He's also at a. I think that angle. Like, are they even from his angle where he's at?
I mean, he should be able to tell that they're like right next to that house.
Yeah, it's got a wall around it too.
He still hasn't noticed the. He noticed the motor pool, but he didn't notice the AA gun like 30 meters away, sitting on a roof.
The chair. Yeah. Yeah.
He also hasn't noticed the AD Alpha in the church parking lot. I don't think.
No, I think he called up one outside of church. Let me see if it's the
right
80.
mark for it?
The motor pool.
Yeah.
Not the right mark for it. The one at the church.
Is the motor pool the only thing that he's been inaccurate on with the mark?
From what I've been able to tell, yeah.
Everything else is pretty accurate.
He just marked up the roof of the gas station with the right mark for the Eaglet chair.
The 80 Alpha mark at the church is wrong, by the way.
Dagger, this is Warlord 4170.
Send it.
And the statics, cool.
Grid 199114 at the gas station. Blue Force markers 1844. There are 2 times static MGs and 1 time static AA Iglet chair, it appears.
Good copy, as a mark.
By the way, we're already at the 3-hour mark.
So the 80 Alpha is the right mark? It's just a little bit off.
I don't use that mark.
You don't use motorized? What do you use? Mechanized?
Mechanized, because it's an infantry fighting vehicle.
I think we changed it back to motorized. We're gonna have to reconfirm that.
Well, there's not like a document that specifically says what mark goes to what vehicle, so.
Right. The closest we have is what comes out on the Warnos, the op boards. But I think because it was motorized for a while, then we changed it to mechanized because of the reason you said. And I want to say we changed it back just to make the distinction.
The reason I call it the other one is because it's an infantry fighting vehicle according to like its actual documentation.
Right. Yeah, that's why we had changed it. But like I said, I think we went back to that.
Anytime something has an autocannon, I mark it as an IFV.
All right, he's at the 10-minute
are
mark.
A lot more dangerous than everything else.
He's at the 10-minute mark. What all has he missed so far? The convoy,
the other
Iglet chair, and there's another BTR, like to the northwest side of town.
Dagger, this is Warlord 4170.
Well, go ahead.
Reference 201117. Blue Force 1849. Appears there's another static anti-air on that garage.
Okay, cool. He got that one. So now,
Roger, as a mark.
So now he's just missing the convoy in the middle of town and then the BTR 80 Alpha to the northwest, right behind Hill 82.
Is that one that we can see?
That is one that we should be able to. Oh, actually, from us. Actually, I think it has trees in the way from us.
Yeah. Roger.
Let me make sure.
Do you want me to start running cast with him then on the Iglas?
Yes. Yep, we can't see that. And neither can he because the fucking trees are there.
Roger.
Yep. Alright, go ahead and run cast on the Iglas.
Waller, this is Dagger 70, standby 4-5 line. I'm only going to have a couple minutes left, and I'm going to have to duck out of here, you guys too.
Okay, perfect.
Hey, this is Warlord. Go ahead with your 5 line.
Waller, it's going to be a Type 2 control requesting 1 times kilo on my lays We are 750 meters to the northwest. We have 1 times Eagle Chair grid 201117. Lays is hot.
Okay, this is Warlock. Could you repeat grid?
Roger, grid is 201117. It's your type mark 1849.
What is she? Artillery fire?
Yeah.
What's it firing
Hey,
at?
guys, we just saw a BMP or BM-21 launch a missile on the southeast side of town. There's 2 times on that marker. I only marked 1.
Is it fucking firing at us?
Copy that. We're
No.
about to find out.
We're too close to it. Its minimum range is 5 clicks.
Oh, what the hell is firing at? Oh, it's firing at your dude.
Huh.
Don't you have a guy out there?
To
I think
me.
it's firing at them.
No, because its minimum distance is 5 kilometers.
Oh, I don't know what it's firing at.
Well, just confirming, you tell my lays?
Negative, there's a hell blocking us at the moment.
Alright, copy that. Confirming, are you going to acquire before release, or are we firing LOAL over? Again, why am I saying over? What the fuck? Get out.
Now the mortars are shooting. Are you making them do shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Timmy, run! Run, Timmy! We have a fire mission going out on Havoc 3-4
Dagger, this is Warlock. We have eyes on lays.
for Timmy.
Roger, tally lays, cleared hot.
Oh god, Timmy's being shelled.
Roger, cleared hot rifle.
Copy rifle, holding lays.
Guys, Timmy's dead.
I hear that.
Ooh, good fucking hit.
Well, this is Dagger 70, BDA is 100 over 100, complete cast and standby for 5 line. Where the fuck did that gas station go?
Warlock copies BDA 100 or 100. Go ahead and send 5 line over.
Roger, it's going to be type 2 control requesting 1 times kilo, 900 meters northwest grid 199114. It's a static igla chair on the roof of the gas station. It's going to be on Mylays. Mylays is hot time now.
Roger, Warlock copies type 2 control 1 times kilo. Friendlies 900 northwest. Target location 199114. Static igla chair. Looking for your lays. Dagger, this is Warlord. We see your lays.
Copy. Tally lays, you are cleared hot.
Roger, cleared hot rifle.
Ooh, that's right on that motherfucker too.
Heck yeah. Shit. All station 70, be advised, troops in contact.
Roger, troops in contact.
Wall of Dagger 70, BDA 100 over 100, complete cast.
Roger, BDA 100 or 100. Cast complete, over.
I don't know why that should have killed all of those people there. Fucking hellfire on the thing. Alright, go ahead and have him lay something on his own. From his vantage point, move him to BP. Move him west to BP Liger. What is that? Lager.
Auger.
Wall of Dagger 70. I'm going to have him on his own lays on the mortar pit.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Warlord, proceed to a BP Lager and stand by for 5 line cast.
Roger, moving to BP Liger.
And then have him go to BP Anheuser to do more ISR, and hopefully he'll spot that convoy.
Roger.
And then whenever you need to duck out, you can duck out.
Yeah, Roger. I'm going to do this mortar pit, and then that's probably going to do me.
Okay, thank you so much for
no, that's right. It's just simply my tired is kicking in, and my vision is starting to get a little blurry because I'm super fucking tired. So I'm gonna go have a nap.
IDF.
Steves, can you call 5 lines when he leaves? Do you mind? Or do you want me to?
A little rusty on it, but I can.
Do you have a sheet in front of you?
Once I go find it.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, this is Dagger Advisor, ready for 5 line.
Grab my sheet. Oh shit.
Jesus Christ. Is that the AI?
That's him firing on us.
Yeah, we need CAS urgently. ECAS.
Everything's ECAS if we try hard enough.
Right.
Well, this is Dagger.
Hey, this is Warhead. Go ahead.
Well, an advisor ready for 5 line.
Roger, go for 5 line.
Roger, it's going to be type 3 control, requesting 1 times kilo in grid 201113. Correction for line 2, we are 1.1 kilometers to the northwest. Continuing from line 3, it's grid 201113, type mark 1831 and 1832. It's an enemy mortar pit for actively firing on friendly positions. It's going to be on your lays, advise on tally.
Roger, Warlord copies type 3, requesting 1 times kilo, grid reference 201113, before marker 1831, 1832. Friendlies are 1.1 kilometers northwest location, mileage.
Good read back, continue. Alright guys, I'm going to be dipping out of this pretty quickly here, so we are going to run this CAS and then we're going to call it a day, so thanks for sticking by. Roger, confirming tally target.
Affirm, tally target.
Clear to engage.
Roger, rifle.
Yeah, that laser's not going to work.
I want to see if his Hellfire goes to it, if he's got it locked. Oh, he hit it.
Fucking somebody went flying.
The fuck is shooting?
Well, this is Dagger 7-0, complete CAS BDA is 66 over 100. We're going to be transitioning control across to additional daggers. Dagger is calling it. Thanks, guys. I have
What the fuck was shooting there?
I have no additional notes that I haven't already discussed. Thanks for having me along. I appreciate it.
All right, have a good night or
You too.
morning or whatever.
Yeah, I'll have a good afternoon.